Hi everybody, I'm Andy the Vegandy. Welcome to another food photography tutorial. Today I will give you 5 tips to go from this to that using this. So let's go! Let's get right into it. The first and most important tip that I can give you is to take some time to think about what you're actually going to shoot before you start shooting it. Ask yourself, what do you want to shoot? And can you compose a nice shot? And is there enough light in case you don't work in the studio? And if there isn't enough light, when is the light the best? So just make a plan and think about what you actually want to do. Because I assume you watch this video to take better photos, and sometimes that means you have to wait for another day because the light isn't so good. And this will greatly benefit your results. It sounds so simple, but just trust me, a lot of people don't do it. And if you invest just a couple minutes before you start shooting and check if you have everything and if you plan what you want to do, this will greatly benefit your results. Once you made up your mind, it's time to prepare the scene and the subject. When shooting food, it's best to prepare the scene first because you don't want the subject, which is food, sitting around while you're still working on the backdrops, props, adding this and that. So scenes can be pretty complex, but for the sake of this tutorial, I will keep it pretty simple. But I will upload a new tutorial about scene design and composition shortly, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's get back to the preparation. Today's subject is going to be an avocado toast. I will use this old baking tray as a backdrop. It's one of my favorite backdrops because it's so handy and has a lot of character. In my opinion, backdrops should not be plain, but have structure and character. But unless intended, the backdrop should not be the main attraction. They should only help the subject to stand out. That's why I love this gray rusty baking tray so much, because it contrasts my colorful food so much. Next, we need to light the scene, and as I already explained in my other tutorial about lighting techniques, natural light is king. So that's why I just placed the baking tray on a chair as close as possible to a window. Today is a very cloudy day, and that's just perfect because the clouds act like a giant softbox, diffusing the light very nicely. So that's the scene, everything is set up, it's time to prepare the avocado toast. Once prepared, it's time to compose the shot. That means putting everything in the right place and deciding for an angle. I will talk more about angles in another video. For now, just be aware that every angle, such as the hero shot, 45 degrees, macro, or top down, convey a different message. It's a highly subjective choice, so do what feels right to you. I've decided for a top-down shot today. Now it's the time to add small props to tell a story, like a napkin or cutlery. The simplest but one of the most powerful props is adding a human element because it gets the audience emotionally connected and gives a sense of scale. So that's all I'm gonna do, just grabbing the toast. Okay, so once everything is set up, it's time to actually shoot. I prefer using the manual mode as it allows me to gain full control over all the settings. This can easily be done in the standard camera app. However, my favorite way is using the Adobe Lightroom mobile app that allows me to manually dial in all the settings as well as shoot in DNG format. DNG is a standardized RAW file and as such better suited for editing. Most functions are available in the free version, so you might just want to check it out. And by the way, this is not a paid endorsement or sponsored in any way, I'm just convinced by the app. So, once the settings are set, it's time to shoot. The fifth and final tip is an optional one. You can edit your photos to give them a specific look, but you don't have to if you're already happy with the results. I personally like to tweak around with shadows, highlights, contrast, clarity, saturation to give my photos a very specific and consistent look. There are zillions of photo editing apps out there. Just use the one you feel most comfortable with. I personally do everything with the Lightroom app that allows me to bring back some of the highlights and shadows, adjust the colors and saturation, and add a little bit of vignette. So this is basically just playing around, tweaking with the settings until I'm happy, and advise you do the same until you get the results and the look you are aiming for. Alright, that's it. The best thing about food photography is that in the end, you can eat your subject. That's what I love about food photography. So if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to know more about food photography, let me know in the comments below. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.